You're familiar with our publication, at least if you didn't. I don't know if you've seen it before. We don't distribute all over the place. We do a very narrow.
You shared it with me, and I've actually got a copy.
I believe we did. Okay, that's terrific. So
beautiful magazine.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
How long has it been in publication?
13 years last month.
13.
Yes. A long time, and we were blessed enough to acquire some very good partners. I don't know if you had a chance to go through a page.
Well, I've gone through it. You've got a lot of very prominent advertisers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we certainly do, and we hope to keep on growing. We launched Dallas about less than a year ago.
Really?
But Houston is our home. Houston is the heart of everything, of course. So very proud to be here with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, for giving us the opportunity and I'm from Argentina, so I'm a little biased towards soccer and towards Argentina and towards Messi, as you can imagine. So soccer is a big deal to us. I mean, as you know, Latinos are a big segment of your community here in Houston, and I'm proud to represent our community, although the magazine is in English and it goes to everyone. But soccer is a big deal to us, as you probably know. So how do you feel soccer coming into such a big way into the U.S. and specifically Texas and very particularly our city, Houston? I mean, we are used to the Rockets, the Astros, baseball, football, Texans, and how does it strike you, soccer coming in such an aggressive way?
Well, it's a reflection of our community to be interested in soccer, the Dynamo, certainly our professional team, but with the growth of the Hispanic community and the popularity of soccer throughout the Hispanic community. But I'm going to quickly add, it's not just the Hispanic community.
I agree.
It's in our public schools. When I came through public schools, we didn't have soccer as a sports event. It was American football. So in recent years, I've seen the increase. I've seen it through, I've got grandsons that are 10 and 12 years old. I've watched them play soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
so,
okay.
So the idea of asking for a World Cup event in Houston started about 2 years ago. So the host committee was formed, and the Sports Authority was a driving force. So I've been supportive and watched the celebration. This is the largest World Cup ever. I forget, it's across the U.S. and the world. Largest sports event ever, this particular World Cup. So Houston is ready, fired up, and we plan on having a very successful experience. We're expecting hundreds of thousands of guests, but also I'm doing it to showcase Houston and to encourage our students and our families to continue to enjoy soccer. It'll be a lasting impact to the legacy program that FIFA has in place. We were at the announcement at Moody Park. Commissioner Garcia partnered with the city to take that city park and make it a FIFA legacy site. So there'll be many more soccer fields. So it's a celebration. Now, a lot of hard work goes into it. A lot of planning goes into it. But it's good for Houston, it's good for our economy, our revenue, but really it's good for our culture. So I'm very excited about it.
Yes. I can imagine. I mean, you killed like half a dozen of my questions with your incredible statement. You touched on all the important points right there.
And you see this conference table that you and I are sitting at about once a month. And of course now we're doing it closer. The meetings of all the stakeholders, fire, police, metro, public works, sports authority, host committee, commissioners. We meet right here and we go over a checklist. Are we where we need to be? Do we need to reach out to another state level? State funding's helping us. Mm-hmm. The federal government gave us $65 million for safety. Pretty
really?
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and we leased 50 ambulances. So there's no question it's a resource allocation. And of course, I'm not going to let Houston communities suffer because we're putting so many resources into the FIFA. We're all in this together.
Did I get the number right? My business, part of my business is to know statistics, and I have a good idea of how many people we are expecting, the kind of revenue they are going to be leaving behind. The one number that struck me was that the city, well, no, I'm not sure if the city, maybe you can educate me here, but about $19 billion have been allocated towards infrastructure. Is that about accurate, the number?
No, not to create it. I mean, NRG Stadium, and a lot of our resources were in place. The Dynamo, we're creating the Fan Fest venue where if people can't afford to get into NRG, or if it's already sold out, you'll experience it just across from the George Brown. It'd be blocks and blocks of entertainment and retail, food, beverages. So it'll be a big part of it will be right there near the Dynamo Stadium. And I'll be honest with you, the numbers that you cite, I'm not familiar with them, but we're not expending that much on construction because we're blessed to have good facilities, but it's the personnel and services that we're going to be providing. We didn't raise our metro fees between here and NRG. Like I read, most of the major cities are somewhat raising all their costs. We're not doing that. We're user friendly. I met a group from the Congo last week right here, so they're excited. They're here. They actually are camping out of Houston. So
I heard that too. That's amazing.
We're really we're on display, and we're ready for it. We're moving forward as a city. Our economics are strong. Our public safety is strong. You know, obviously we're in discussions about immigration, but we believe working together we'll look out for our funding from the state and our public safety.
Yes. Did I hear you right when you said that everything started about 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago, a host committee was formed, led by John Arnold, very prominent businessman. Mm-hmm. But this, Laura Murillo, I can name other civic leaders, but really the Sports Authority is in charge.
But it was known to you and the city that before that, right? Or in 2 years the news came to you that Houston was going to be
I was
hosting.
a state senator, so I wasn't running the city then, mm-hmm. but I was closely monitoring it through friendship and my responsibility as a senator to watch the coordination, the collaboration, and they really did a great job and celebrate. You know, the other major cities have events. Now what's interesting also is one of the premier locations is Kansas City. They built a soccer facility, but we're using NRG. It took a little rearrangement. Mm-hmm. They're going to be practicing at the Dynamo. There's other fields.
Yes. We are going to be, there's going to be 7 games here in Houston, mm-hmm. 2 of them with Cristiano Ronaldo. Are you familiar with the name?
Sure. And each one is larger than a Super Bowl. Now we've had Super Bowls. So Houston has a reputation of being successful holding events. Like we've been having events all spring, Fleet Week. Now, nothing of the size and scope of FIFA, but we've held Super Bowls, Final Fours, World Series, All-Star games, baseball. So we've got a real good reputation. And the Sports Authority is really, Juan Garcia is the chair. I appointed him about a year ago. And we really kind of restructured the Sports Authority to get Ron Walsh over here. We stole him from NRG. He knows what he's doing as it relates to events at NRG. Our board is can-do people, so I couldn't be more pleased. Now, you still worry. You worry about the weather. You worry about world events that we have no control over. And
Well, the good news is that energy can be closed, so that's one of the beauties
sure.
of our city. That we and one of the reasons it was picked also.
Sure.
We had to
And of
go.
course, I was referencing, I didn't mention it specifically because we don't want to even think about the weather, a storm or something. We will be in the middle of hurricane season, but you know, you prepare. We've got all of our first responders ready, fire, police. We'll get a lot of assistance from the state. We'll get probably 200 state troopers in here. So we'll be monitoring the weather, the safety, the personnel. It's just going to, I can't wait because Houston's on display. And we've been discovered. That's how we got this opportunity.
We probably don't. And the impact that we make in them, it may allow them to think or foresee good investment opportunities. I mean, the city is growing like there's no tomorrow. Mm-hmm. There's so much construction all over the place on freeways and everything else. Do you foresee certain sort of impact from possible
I don't think
investment?
there's any question. The word's already out. You know, Houston's open for business. We're very accommodating. We're friendly, and you can be somebody. It's amazing. The railroad crossing on 45. Somebody's graffiti says, "Houston, be someone."
Yes, I see.
And I like that so much because you can be someone in Houston. You can come here as an immigrant with no relationship existing and do quite well.
Absolutely.
In the restaurant business, the delivery of services, the journalists, it's just unbelievable. So it makes me think of the Katrina storm in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. People picked up from New Orleans, came here to get out of the way of the storm. Hell, they never left. They're here.
Very true.
Because they were so welcome and there's such an opportunity. And there's language skills. People can practice their first language that might not be English. In fact, the Congo visitors had a translator for French. And
I was going to ask you what their language
I'm learning
again.
from them. People learn by coming to Houston, but I learned by having them in Houston. Mm-hmm. And you know, this is a large city. It's really spread out. 2.3 million people. But let you in on another fact. 700,000 people come to Houston each day to work. 700,000. That's the size of Atlanta. So we have to provide for them. We have to provide for their safety and have the proper streets and roads. 700,000 people. And then they go back to, you name it. They go back to Pearland, Cypress, Katy, Sugar Land, all across the region. And not only are we the superpower, the engine for our region, we are for the state. So the state looks to Houston for our MD Anderson, our Med Center, our port. People across Texas send their goods and products through the port. MD Anderson in the Med Center, our refineries, 90%. Let's think about this. 90% of the nation's jet fuel, domestic and military, come out of the Houston refineries.
Of course.
So
I didn't know the number, but
and
wow.
it becomes a homeland security issue.
Of course. Yes, yes.
Our state, our nation could not conduct its business without Houston jet fuel or refined products and our port.
And the fourth largest city in the nation, I've been reading that Chicago being number 3 is coming down, and we are really going to be taking that.
I think the truth would be known. We're probably number 3 now ahead of Chicago because I believe there was a serious undercount of our Hispanic population.
That's true.
For certain undocumented community. So that's
they don't get numbers.
We don't ask people their immigration status. We welcome to offer city services. And I'm sorry that we're going through this kind of turmoil because I know of the anxiety it creates for our residents, documented and undocumented. So, you know, it's just an exciting time to be a Houstonian, a Houston resident, and the mayor of this great city.
You ended up being mayor at I think the best time in the history of the city, if you think about it. I mean, 250th year anniversary for the nation.
I agree with you, but with that comes a lot of work.
I can imagine.
And quite frankly, with that diversity, the blessing that it is requires more work, because I have to be in all the communities. And some of the communities don't get along.
Really? I haven't noticed that.
Well, the
yet.
Ukraine.
Well, there you go.
The Gaza, Middle East tragedies.
Yeah. Okay.
We have hundreds and thousands of Iranians here. So our diversity brings with it challenges.
But have you noticed, I mean, some of the parts of this conversation are going to be off the record, just so you know. We are going to edit this, we are going to make a nice, polished piece. You'll be very happy to see what is going to come out of this. But do we actually see situations?
Yeah, we have what we call pop-up protests. Pop-up protests. As an issue will happen overseas, often we get a response here. And one of the favorite places to protest is at Post Oak and Westheimer. It's one of the busiest intersections in the city. So it's not uncommon to see Iranians there on a Sunday afternoon, Palestinians, Israelis. So, you know, I represent everyone. I try to keep the city united. And so we protect people's right to protest. It requires resources, it requires police protection, and then also we preach respect each other. But heck, the pop-up protests are pretty frequent. And then you got U.S. domestic politics, you know, the No King marches to protest the Trump administration. That's taken place. So it's an exciting time. And I've got to use my experience and my relationships with other levels of government. The city and the county are working close together, certainly on FIFA. So being able to talk to the county commissioners or with our state officials really benefits Houston.
Sure, of course.
Sure.
What are the benefits you see coming to the city aside from what we've been talking about?
For FIFA? During FIFA?
Well, that is the hot point of conversation right now, right?
I've mentioned to you, it's a cultural exchanges. See, I'm a people person. I love people. So to see folks learn about each other, respect each other, is a great opportunity.
48 countries.
And it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Sure.
I think more so in Houston than any other major city.
Of course, because of the diversity. That's very true.
Yeah, and I was talking about our size, not only our large population and our guests from the suburbs, but we're 600 square miles. I mean, we're huge footprint.
Absolutely.
So that's the reason I encourage people, when they're our guests, get out in the neighborhoods.
So, Mr. Mayor, I was convinced that this FIFA was planned with the city many years ago, because I see what's happening at Bush International, all the construction, and I thought it was happening because of the World Cup, but I guess not.
Just keeping up with our growth. I mean, we're growing. I mean,
of course,
we mentioned traffic a moment ago. So you've referenced. I mean, the congestion on our roads, certainly during rush hours, are mostly people from outside Houston coming to work. But we have such great sports venues, you know. And look at our physical plant, the venues. You got George Brown, which is being doubled in size as we talk, $2 billion expansion. It'll make us certainly a destination. But at one end of George Brown, you got the Astros, then you got the Rockets at the other end. It's just, you know, a lot of it's good planning, some of it's luck, and some of it is just being ready to accept opportunity.
Yes, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
One for Mayor, you basically answered, you did so well. I had a questionnaire that I sort of memorized of things that I wanted to.
I like to talk, can you tell?
That's excellent.
Because I get excited about the city.
By the way, I'll always introduce you. Well, this is my beautiful team. Carlos is our photographer, Serenity, incredible social media. Here is Carmen, my assistant, and this is my wife. My wife.
Who's your wife?
My wife is the lady. She's a major influencer within the Hispanic community. She has her own Spanish magazine.
Really? Nice
Malena.
So you're from Argentina. How long? I'm fascinated in your history or background. How long you been
in the country? Since
States?
1980. That's 46 years now.
Wow. In Houston?
In Houston, 13 and a half, end of 2012. I came as a result of that major recession of 2008, 9, 10, remember? Mm-hmm. So that's what, I used to live on the West Coast, Southern California, in Orange County, most of the time. And to be honest with you, once I got to learn, when I moved to Houston, the rest of the country was in chaos. Yeah. And Houston, mostly Texas, I mean, it was so in such a good shape compared to the rest of the nation because of the oil and the energy and what have you. And when I got here and I launched my magazine, which back then was in Spanish, was a luxury Spanish, on my second month I landed Lamborghini and Porsche as clients. It was phenomenal, but I said, my gosh, I wish I had known Houston 40 years ago, I'd be rich. Mm-hmm. I'll be competing with Tillman probably.
I've gone through your magazine. I can't afford most of the stuff.
Neither can I, don't worry.
Most of the items you advertise, I enjoy looking at, but most of us probably won't experience.
Well,
but that's great too. Again, our diversity, there is a population that has done well, that wants your magazine and the products within.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's very true. Mr. Mayor, I'm extremely grateful for you giving us this precious time. It's a true honor meeting with you. I seldom do celebrities. I interviewed Tillman when he was in the middle of the construction of the postdoc. Recently, your friend Jim Crane and Leslie Doggett, John Hennessy. So these are very special people, but you are the head of us all.
Well, it's interesting. I met you at the bank. Give me some insight. That was an interesting collection of people. It seemed like most of them were obviously Hispanic from South America.
Who are you talking about?
At the bank. I met you at the opening of the bank.
Yes. Well,
I'm just wondering, who were the bankers and all the investors? It just seemed like a group of immigrants.
It's a pool of, not all of them, but I would say probably 80% of them are from Colombia. Miguel Sanchez, which is the principal of the company, is from Colombia, but there's a group of mostly Mexican investors that own Bari. You know Bari restaurant in the River District across from Café Toulouse, the Italian restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Have you eaten there?
No.
You must.
Yeah, I will.
You must.
You have River District.
Yeah, right across you have, you know Café Toulouse, right in the center, right across the little street there, Dolce Gabbana, one side.
Fancy.
It's Bari Italian cuisine. It's very spectacular. It's an experience. Competing with Tony's and also with Lombardi. Those are probably the top three.
Check it out.
But anyway, no, the reason I brought it up is because the owners is a pool of Mexican investors. As a matter of fact, this little group, they are the number one tenants in all the River District. There's a lot of Latin American, Hispanic American millionaires in this area.
With money.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, good. Well, we'll do a follow-up after FIFA. Why don't we get together and
I would love that.
And grade our paper.
Look back and see what happened here.
I think we'll be very happy.
That'll be terrific. We would love that. Yes, okay. and I again my very grateful to you for giving us the opportunity.
Pleased to do it.
Mr. Mayor,
I like to talk about our city.